So, Brighton and Hove Albion have yesterday made their fourth signing of the summer, and it is Brazilian fullback Bernardo, who has signed a fourth first-team signing by the club, joining on a 4-year deal. This is what Hughton had to say. We're delighted to welcome Bernardo to the club. He is a strong, committed defender who can play left or right back and gives us several little options. He has played in the Europa League, the Champions League and the Bundesliga. He is a good character and speaks numerous languages. He came through from Brazil and is Brazilian. So who is Bernardo? I am going to be the first to admit I had to look him up. I had no idea who he was, and I would imagine that is the case probably for most fans. But he has a really interesting story. He came through at Red Bull Brazil, who are obviously owned by Red Bull. And then he went to FC Liefering, who play in the second tier of Austrian football, who are affiliated with Red Bull Leipzig. Now, he only made one appearance with them before moving on to Red Bull Salzburg, where he spent 2 seasons before moving on to Red Bull Leipzig. So he's been in the Red Bull system since 2014, since he became a player, and he is only still 23. So he's still really young and has huge potential, as well as playing there. He can also play midfield. So Leipzig bought him for £3.5 million, and the fee between Brighton and Leipzig, as always, will remain undisclosed. So he's had a very interesting career. He played in Brazil, he's played in Austria, Germany, and now he has come to England, to Britain. So he can speak, obviously he said, multiple languages, which I'd imagine would be like Portuguese, German, Austrian, and other things. The real interesting thing is why have they signed him? I have a feeling maybe he is going to be competition for the aging Bruno, who I think is 38 this year. He's 38 in October. So, he's a very good player and he's captain. But, competition is needed there, and I feel Bernardo will be able to give that to him. One thing I've always said about Chris Hughton and his signings as a manager this year is he signed a lot of players from Europe last season. Pascal Gross, Matt Ryan, David Proper, Jose Izquierdo, Chiletto, and those signings I've just named have come off and have looked really good. So clearly, somewhere in Brighton there is some sort of good European scouting system. So it'll be really interesting to see how this signing goes. It's really interesting how well he has used that system. So he becomes the fourth signing. Andone was the first signing through the door. Leon Balogun followed him through the door. Jason Steele, the goalkeeper, came from Sunderland, and now he has signed Bernardo. So once again, the aim will be to stay up. One of the problems with Brighton is they didn't score many goals. Just 34, which is very poor. They conceded 54. But from the signings they've made, they made three defensive signings, and they've also signed Andone. Now, they need to obviously get better at scoring goals. But they're trying to tighten up their defence, add a few more options in their defence. Balogun didn't look too bad when he was at the World Cup in Nigeria. So it's really interesting to see their signings going forward. I do feel like they need to make a few more signings of quality going forward. Glenn Murray had a very good season, but had he not, maybe they would have probably gone down. Obviously, we don't know. Izquierdo is a fantastic talent, one of my favourite players in the Premier League. Pascal Gross is also very good. and they need somebody to supply. And whether Andone and Mario will be able to do that and for another season, I don't know. So that is the signing of Brazilian-born defender Bernardo to Brighton. So tell me what your thoughts are below. Tell me what you think of this transfer. If you know anything about, if you watch German football, the Bundesliga, tell me your thoughts down below. Subscribe if you're new. I cover all Premier League transfers. So I put a video up earlier. Not that any Brighton fans would be interested in this. But, 3 signings by Watford. I was a bit behind on that. But if you are a Brighton fan, then, never fear. I have done a signing on video for Jason Steele, Leon Balogun, and Andone. So feel free to check those out if you wish. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will be probably back later with some more videos, or tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Mike, and I will see you soon.